Hola, habla Erika Collado. So today for Proyecto Le or Project Lead or Character Day, as some schools call it, I was Julia de Burgos. Julia de Burgos was a Puerto Rican teacher and poet, very famous for her poems, particularly the one about Rio Grande de Loíza. She is one of my favorite writers and one of our icons. So I looked up online a couple of her pictures for inspiration, so that's why I'm wearing this flower. And also, I took advantage of some artisan jewelry last time I went to Puerto Rico, and this is where this comes from. So, what I did was I created a special lesson for my grades. I had third, fourth, and fifth grade classes today. I used this book called Julia by Georgina Lázaro. And it's the perfect children's book. It talks about the early years of Julia de Burgos growing up in Puerto Rico and how did she become a teacher and a poet. Now, the book it's perfect for third grade, and that's with the group that I use it. What I did was I created a PowerPoint and used pictures, for example, La Familia and El Árbol. So took keywords from the book, about 10 to 12 words, created pictures with phrases, and introduced those by showing the picture and giving the pictures to the students. Then you could do two things. You can, once the student have the pictures, you can show the illustrations and have them raise their hand to mention whenever they see a tree, for example, for los árboles, or whenever they see members of the family, they can raise their hand and show the picture of La Familia. After that, you can then read the book. It helps with comprehension. In this book, in the back, the last page has a what would you like to know? What else would you like to know? This part I found more appropriate for fifth graders, so I created an interpretive task where students would look for cognates, familiar vocabulary words, and then I asked some specific questions. It worked out very well because it touches upon Julia's physical characteristics, personality traits, and I was also able to make connections to the theme of heroes and how Julia was a hero in her own way, and her superpowers were poetry, fight injustice and equality through poetry. And believe it or not, fifth graders were able to get it, which I'm very happy about. So these are a couple of ideas about how you can incorporate the story of Julia de Burgos. There's also books like this one. This is the one that I use in high school, that I purchased in high school for my classes when I was first introduced to Julia de Burgos, that I still keep. But there's several books that have a collection of her poems. If teaching high school, I definitely recommend teaching, if not the whole poems, but excerpts from the poems, since she touches upon identity and diversity, inequality, and gender roles. So I hope that you had fun today in Halloween, and whether you participated or created a special lesson for Character Day or Proyecto Le. And if not, then you have a couple of ideas for next year. Adios.